All right. How's it going, my magnificent sons of bitches? And I'm back again today, and of course, I have to go to work tomorrow, so this isn't going to be a very long video. But I just wanted to go ahead and put up a video once again for posterity purposes for the shit that's going to end up unfolding in the future and whatnot. And of course, this video is about the Senate bill that is 3495, S 3495, which is going to be signed into law by the fucking potato in chief in the White House right now, uh, coming out. Um, and mainly the big headline story is, and the deal is whenever they went ahead, they went on Twitter and all of their, clownish fucking greatness that they have to go ahead and make themselves look like asses, as they routinely do. Um, they proposed this, what they called is the Inflation Reduction Act, which does anything but fucking reduce inflation. Part of this is, of course, your Green New Deal that everybody has absolutely fucking hated. So, how is this fucking democracy, by the way? How is this democracy? An argument can be made for the abortion. Not really, as far as like, it's not going to get the same, but at least an argument can be made for an abortion. You know what I'm saying? That there are people over there that are just lost causes. Uh, you know, um, Even a lesser argument maybe for gun control, but like I said, for the most part, I don't know too many people that invest in these media narratives anymore. Everybody knows that the media is fake. Everybody knows that they're trash, and everybody knows that everything that comes on mainstream news is a goddamn lie. So, they put out this Inflation Reduction Act where they're talking about your climate change and their arbitrary taxes that they're going to use. They wouldn't have to make this terminology so loose if it was anything. They wouldn't have to go to the extremes that they go to if it was in your best interest. You understand what I'm saying? They could go out there, they could go ahead and explain this, and this is what this is for, and this is what this is going to do, and this is how this is going to go ahead and create something that's beneficial to you. But they don't care about that anymore. They don't even care about trying to explain or passing or writing decent laws anymore. They only care about their own pocketbooks. So in this act, they put out that they were going to hire 87,000 more new IRS agents, which is like um, like 15 times what the size of the IRS is right now. And we could tell that they're going to start to use these taxes more than likely. They're first off, let's get one thing perfectly clear. Whenever the dipshits over there on the left, the hoity-toity, oh, you're just trying to protect big businesses. You're trying to protect the corporations. I'm starving because I paid $400,000 for this college degree that made me dumber. Nobody gives a shit. At the end of the day, you make your decisions, you live with those decisions. You've got to be held up to your own obligations. You know what I'm saying? If you're making minimum wage. Now, if they were reasonable about it, right, I could sit there and say, okay, yeah, maybe minimum wage should go up to about $10 an hour. But they're like, oh, let's make it 15. No, fuck you. Absolutely not. I haven't seen anything from today's workforce that would just say, hey, just screams that these people should be making $15 an hour. So, as a minimum wage. There are some hard workers out there that are worth the pay that they make, but they damn sure make a hell of a lot more than $15 an hour. And those ones that are making the 10, 12, $13 an hour, they will eventually get to that. Those hard workers that are making those wages are going to eventually get up to that $15 an hour. But the bottom feeders here that will sit there and advocate for the $15 an hour minimum wage are the people who are not going to put in the effort. They have, they just believe that they're entitled to $15 an hour. And this is where you lose me on this argument here. So whenever they come over and tell you that you're just supporting big corporations and all this other shit, it's all fucking bullshit at the end of the day. They have no idea what the hell they're talking about. They're lying to you. They use confusion. I told you that the Democrats are the party of Satan. They are fucking Satan, pretty much. And so, you need to understand that that's what Satan uses. He uses confusion. So they'll do all this double speak and talk and about how they're hungry and you don't care about poor people or, regardless, whatever it is, they're going to sit there and cry. They're going to make a play to emotions. And whenever they start that play to emotions, the best thing to do is, what's up, Crystal? The best thing to do is just leave them alone. Let them sit there and wallow in their fucking self-pity and shit because they're never, it's not constructive for you to go ahead and placate these people, just to be honest with you. So, you know, they uh, they implement this plan. 87,000 IRS agents looking over your shoulder, going to go ahead and go through your tax. And to be honest with you, these are the same people that wanted to go ahead and not just but a few months ago. Now, I haven't looked at the whole bill, but see, they throw in a lot of extra legislation, like the National Defense Authorization Act. All they had to do was get it passed. And once they get it passed, they go ahead and add in, ridiculous shit to it later on. This is how you get your fake mainstream media news. This is how you get your propaganda coming out, how they control narratives. And this is why ultimately, society as a whole, in part, is degrading because they put out the most degrading shit, and society's starting to collapse. They go ahead and anybody who's trying to give out some accurate information and to make sure that you're a well-informed citizen like myself and various others who are, banned from the site, well, that's it. They're just going to go ahead and they're going to censor these videos and they're going to sit there and make up some ridiculous fucking placebo to go ahead and say, well, we're going to go ahead and give you this strike for misinformation. And then it's whatever kind of misinformation that they can go ahead and give you a strike for. However, with this being said, this isn't going to make the issue better. Now, we come in, we hit a recession, right? Now, I've been sitting here talking about this recession for fucking years. 2014, I've been talking about, yeah, you're going to hit a recession. Yeah, your food and everything is going to go up. Your prices are going to go up. They're implementing it into small increments. So if it's 8% this year, let's say it tops off at 8% this year, because that's where we're at 8.5%. Then next year it's going to be another 8% because actually, in all actuality, if you really, really want to know the truth, from 2008, whenever Nancy Pelosi got her ass into fucking Congress, with the 111th Congress, all the way till last year, these idiots, these buffoons that we've allowed to have access to the fucking bank account and shit, have managed to rack up from the national debt. They've managed to rack up our national debt 61% since Bush got out of office. It's a fucking insanity. It's absolutely fucking insanity. And yeah, it will. Like I said, the debt right now it's already at 61% technically. Now they may throw some helicopter money and give people the illusion that their policies are. That's what they did under Obama. The whole reason why the stock market went up under Trump is because Obama was dumping helicopter money into the stock market to help stimulate the economy that direction, to go ahead and make it appear like his policies bailed us out, which in actuality, even Trump had said this before he got into fucking office. He said, I hope that this fucking recession hits. I hope that this bubble bursts before I get into office. He didn't want to be in office whenever this shit went down. So, how would you solve this? How would any pragmatic person solve this? How would I solve this if I was the fucking potato in chief? in office. And since I have a fully functional brain, I don't have to listen to a Nazi Pelosi come over here and say, "Oh well, this is what Congress thinks we should do with the economy," and this is. I could just sit there and say, "Well, you know what? That looks like like something. It looks like it'd be possibly good as Charmin two ply. Why don't you go ahead, sit your ass up? We'll go ahead and come up with something better." And I would send fucking Nancy Pelosi turn her ass back around while I give her a fucking kick in the ass to go ahead and get her, off out of my fucking off my fucking platform. All right. So ultimately, the best way to go ahead and fight off, and Reagan has proved this. This isn't up for debate. I don't care what the fucking left have to say. Half of you motherfuckers are just fucking yourselves on other stock accounts trying to defend your points. You don't have anybody to sit there and defend your points. You don't have anybody that's going to sit there and push your stupid ass narratives anymore because that costs fucking money, which you need to take out of my pocket, basically, at the end of the day. Um, but that's kind of where we're fucking at right now. Is that you would cut taxes. I would cut taxes. I'd be like, hey, we're gonna fucking cut taxes. You know what? In fact, I would abolish a lot of this shit. The first thing that we really need to sit down and do is look at these FBI agencies that pay, that you have to pay pensions for year after year after year after year, for these FBI agents. They get a lifetime check. The same thing with the CIAs, the IRSs, and all these other State Department fucking goofs that get these pensions. And other people come in, they draw the same pensions, and then you're all of a sudden your fucking deficit is deflated, which contributes to, and that's the problem with government growth. This is why this shit doesn't work. This is why full government and fucking communist control like the left wants, it doesn't fucking work. It's not going to increase prosperity. All it's going to do is increase fucking poverty, because the more jobs that you create, that's more fucking pages. So ultimately, this is a form of fascism, is what it is. This is why they have to fucking sit there. You'll have some dipshit named David Pacman, who people, well, barely, to be honest with you, not really a lot of people, and I've said this to Andre, and I've said this to various other people in my last video, that, the traffic here on YouTube has kind of gone down. The luster on YouTube has kind of gone down. If you go ahead and look at, today's content creators, we're kind of handcuffed in what we could sit there and talk about. Most of the shit that I would really like to go out and go into much fucking detail for and tell you exactly what's exactly going on would probably be taken off. I've already lost one channel. You know what I'm saying? And that was just about questioning the 2020 election. So, also, you don't think if someone like us would run for governor office and do something about this? I think that we know that I could run for fucking president if I wanted to in 2024. It's not going to matter. I'm not going to win, even if I were to get the support. I still wouldn't win. They would set it up regardless. But that's neither here nor there. Even if I did win, they'd probably assassinate me because they're not in the market. They're not about the American people, and they're not looking for solutions. I haven't made a video in almost a month. You're right. What the point making videos when I'm shadow banned? Yeah, it's the same thing, and I've been that way since 2017. Now this is going on 3 different platforms. I know that I'm shadow banned on. Well, this channel isn't as shadow banned as my Prodigal Hill, my original Prodigal Hill was, but it's it's definitely more, less shadow banned, but uh it's still, all of us are kind of to a degree shadow banned for the independents. They don't, because the State Department can't control us like they can a Crowder or a Shapiro or a Rogan. Those guys are the ones that are going to be allowed. So yeah, you're absolutely right. I've been on that fucking train for years now. And like I said, this is just me killing time while I look for something better. Coming out, doing these videos on YouTube, doing these videos on Facebook and Twitter for right now, but that's not always going to be the case. This is just until I can find something better later on. Once I get everything caught up and my bills paid off, I will be investing into that. But with that being said, this, you would cut taxes. The tax cuts, whenever you have more of your money into your pocket, right? You're deciding where your money goes, regardless. And you're always going to have people that will give to charity. And that money's going to end up eventually into their pocket. The dollar has more value whenever it's not in the government system. First off, the government overpays for everything. They overpay. Like I said, um, you have these pensions that are attached with government workers, and that inflates the deficit even more, ultimately inflating the. I know I gave you a lot of crap for you being conspiracy theorist, but you have been pretty accurate with a lot of the stuff that you talk about. And I mean, it's not really, like I said, it's not a conspiracy, because most of this, if you went back and look up legislation, they flat out told you. And so this is just basically, preparing you for what they're planning next. That's exactly where we're at right now. And so with this right here, basically what they're saying, what Joe Biden is saying, is that you shouldn't dictate where the market goes. They should dictate where the market goes. So they're going to basically, raise up. Now, I don't know how much and what percentage they're going to do on every American. I do know that one of the Congress ladies said $75,000 or up a year that you make, you're going to be targeted by the IRS. They have 87,000. They're bringing in 87,000. They're bringing in 87,000 IRS agents, and so these taxes are going to affect you. They're going to affect me, and eventually they expand upon them. Like I said, it's like the National Defense Authorization Act. That's how they get in these propagandists into the mainstream media, and can go ahead and say, "Well, Trump's Mar-a-Lago shit is going to be raided, and the FBI raided it, and they're looking for nuclear documents, and he may give the nuclear launch codes and whatever it is." And it's always like some fucking AR shit. They always throw in AR. So watching the mainstream media for any kind of information, you're not going to get it. The best thing I could sit there and tell you to do is to do your own research. If they mention something, go ahead and look it up for yourself, particularly if it pertains to the policies. I go and look up the policies on govtrack.org. That's where I go. And then I'll sit there and read and listen to the bullshit that they're trying to sit there. And I'll say, oh, okay. Or I'll say, no, this isn't. And this is one of those policies that is ultimately taking us into the next step of fascism. And that's where we're at. That's where we're at right now. So I wanted to go ahead and do this video. The Democrats are going to try to sign this September the 6th, I think Joe Biden said. Now, I called Ted Cruz myself. I went ahead and talked to one of the people working in his office, left my contact information, did everything that I was supposed to do, zip code and everything. And they got me in contact with his office. And I said, hey, you got to vote against this, because this is ultimately a setup for fascism. And this is exactly where the Democrats are going to take us. Now, we already understand that the Democrats are going to lose in 2022. But the thing is that whenever these garbage legislations, they're going to re-implement the Affordable Health Care Act, which is going to be a direct tax on you, just like it was before. So they're trying to push that shit again. They're just trying to find any fucking way to go ahead and take more money out of your pocket and out of the economy and go ahead and get it into them. Why? So they can go ahead and invest this shit into like Moderna, and they can go ahead and invest it into Pfizer and Tesla and any of the fucking things that they're trying to invest in, so they can go ahead and profit off of your work without contributing anything. It's just basically like theft, is exactly what the Democrats are doing. And so yet they want to fund wars in Ukraine, but won't help us. Shaking my head. The government spending, yeah. But I mean, that's neither here nor there. The shit going on in Ukraine is just another fucking distraction for other fucking policies that they can go ahead and find a way to steal from, because they want to go ahead and have complete control of the fucking economy. They're communists. That's exactly what the hell they are. And they want to be able to sit there and say, well, if we tell you to go ahead and get a vaccine, you better get that fucking vaccine, or we're going to cut out your fucking we're going to cut off your funding. And they can't do that right now. They don't have that power. So I meant, I was trying to see. Yeah, I fucked up my leg, Steven. I fucked up my leg pretty bad on last Sunday at work trying to do something. Found out my shoes were shit. That's what it was. And then so I was limping around. I stayed at work all day and I was limping around. And by the time I got home the next day, the other foot was hurting. Found out my shoes were shit. I had to get some new shoes. Um, but anyways, this is where we're at right now. And so, yeah, the Democrats are pushing this. This is exactly why you get your Trump. And I mean, it's always the same fucking thing. These buffoons are clownish. What was it? It was Trump's little tax evasion shit, and he's going to go to jail for that. And it's Trump, Russian collusion. Then it was Trump, the fucking insurrection. Now it's Trump, the nuclear warheads. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. It's all fake, dramatized fucking media. You're wasting your time listening to these people. However, while they're sitting there getting everybody to listen to what happened in Mar-a-Lago and how they're going after Trump and shit, they're going to go ahead and install fascist policies and then no doubt call the Republicans fascist for the policies that they plan on implementing. It's absolutely fucking crazy, the amount of projection. These fucking sociopaths really need to be taken out, and we really should be talking about military tribunals. This is what we should be talking about. In any fucking pragmatic society, we would be talking about military tribunals. Is it true that healthcare taxes were higher under Trump or not? That's I doubt it. I doubt it, to be honest with you. They just fling shit on the wall and pray for it to stick. The fucking healthcare industry ended up fucking getting foobarred after dipshit passed his Affordable Health Care Act. It made it so much more affordable. Dude, I have to work tomorrow. It's gonna have to be sometime next week if I'm gonna go on a channel and discuss this. I'm not even gonna stay on here very long. I've got to work tomorrow, so and I can tell you right now, whenever I get to work, it's I'm not gonna feel like doing shit when I get off. I barely feel like I just come in here, fucking eat something, maybe watch 5 minutes of a show, and then go to sleep because I'm constantly moving and I'm constantly working. There's so many orders to be fucking filled that it's just draining by the time I get home. So, but these idiots want to go ahead and profit off of my work. Ultimately, it's definitely something that maybe we should consider getting together and talking to our representatives about, though, because I don't think that this is, like I said, you probably can't get any more unconstitutional than anything the Democrats pass. And so, we could tell exactly the legitimacy of the fucking party, and we can tell by their fucking reputation that it's going to be bullshit. So I just wanted to get a video over here. It looks like the Democrats are trying to, and like I said, the last motherfucker that went ahead and tried to implement this version of fascism was Mussolini, and he ended up hanging from the goddamn rafters. I don't think that the Democrats are nearly as strong or charismatic or have the kind of fucking following that Mussolini does. So this should be very, very fucking interesting. But dipshit, because you have to have somebody that's fucking mentally incapacitated to sign something like this. Even for a Democrat, this is fucking stupid. And so, you'll have the shills out here on Twitter, like your David Pacmans and your Farron Cousins and your fucking TYTs. That'll be like, oh, the racist Republican fascist and shit. Oh, fuck you. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You're a goddamn joke. And go sit there and talk about fucking digging up Ivana Trump's fucking grave to find the fucking missing documents and fucking, because she was an informant and all the stupid shit that you fucking report on. You could spare me your fucking stupid shit. Trump killed Ivana to hide the fucking fact of he had nuclear weapons, whatever. Jesus fucking, y'all are fucking stupid. Y'all are dumb. and I don't care. So that's what they'll be reporting on their little channels because that's what they'll make it about. But the real issue is that it is a form of fascism. The Inflation Reduction Act is absolutely, clearly a fascist plan for the government to assume more control of the economy. That's what the fucking healthcare deal is, for them to go ahead and take control of 1/6 of the economy. Um, so, and that's kind of where we're at today. This is exactly where we're at. And oh yeah, I've been trying to fucking do my background because I found a picture like that for my background here on YouTube, Dark Horse. Your little purge picture, I found one that I liked. And I have it up on my Twitter, have it up on my Facebook, but for some reason I haven't been able to put the background up on my YouTube. So yeah, I know. It's gonna be interesting to see what they happens. Like I said, next week they plan on signing it into law, and it's gonna be interesting. As far as like a civil war goes, it's not likely. It's not likely to happen. To be honest with you, because the left doesn't have any real support. They have the illusion of support, and that's all they have at the end of the day. But it's not going to be a civil war, But like I said, whenever you look at these policies that they're passing, I honestly don't know what the fuck they're thinking. I honestly don't. It's going to be absolutely fucking insane, and I don't think it's going to work out the way that they think it's going to work out. Not with seeing what's going on in Sri Lanka, what's going on in Japan. Like Dark Horse shared an article with me in Japan where they replaced their government. This may be something that we may need to start considering here. Get with your congressman. We need to replace this fucking government. Period. That's it. You can't be allowed to do this shit, and you continue to do it. But anyways, I got to get up and go to work tomorrow. I didn't want to be on here that long, so 30 minutes is well enough on this subject. I'll try to pop in. If anything, hopefully nothing disastrous happens this fucking week while I'm at work. And, if anything else, maybe I can get with you, Steven, next week. Get with me next week, one day next week. And we'll talk about doing a show, but it'll have to be like Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday or something. But anyways, y'all people tell me what you think. Leave a comment. Like, sub, do the shit YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. Tell me to do to get over. And for now, I'm out.